Hey folks, Ray from loveyourrv.com back here again. Just finishing up this year's Snowbird trip. So last time I left you, we were down in Winchester Bay on the Oregon Dunes. Between then and now, we've come all the way up and we've crossed back over into Canada, and we're currently in Victoria, BC. So in between time, we took a few jumps, did a couple casino hops. We stayed at the Chinook Winds Casino in Lincoln City, a couple days there in the parking lot, and then we moved up another fairly long day, about 4 or 5 hours, and landed at this Little Creek Casino Resort. Did a free overnight there, and then on a Sunday we moved in and we camped at Dosewallips State Park right on the Hood Canal in Washington State. So it was a beautiful spot to camp. We had driven by many times and always wanted to stop and camp there. In this video I'll show you the campground and also take you on a little walk down into the where the Dosewallips River comes out onto this tidal flat and give you a look down there. A lot of people come here to look for shellfish, excuse me, like oysters and clams, that sort of thing. So I'm going to split this final video into two parts. So we'll do one part with the Dosewallips State Park. And in the second part, I'm going to take you up to visit a waterfall that's close by. Also, we were treated to some elk in the campground. And there's also a Whitney Gardens that's full of beautiful flowers and plants. The main attraction is the rhododendrons and azaleas, that sort of thing. So I'll give you a look at that. And then we'll give you some footage of our trip home on the ferry. We take the Coho ferry out of Port Angeles every year, run by the Blackball line. So I'll give you some footage of us loading onto the ferry with my dash cam, and then I'll give you a little bit of the ride over. And when we come into Victoria here, it's a beautiful scene as you come into Victoria's harbor, into this channel. So I'll give you some footage of that and then a little bit of footage of us unloading. So let's get to the videos. So here's our site at Dosewallips State Park in Washington, along the Hood Canal near the town of Brennan. Really nice campsite. You can see that each spot you get a nice paved area. And they've kind of made it in these kind of cloverleaf loops so that there's a lot of space between each campsite. You're not really crammed together at all. I just want to show you the hookups. They're really modern. They look like they're pretty well brand new. Just go down here. There we are. You can see the power pedestal and the water pedestal. Just sweet. Everything's brand new. You got 50 amp, 20 amp, 30 amp hookups. And they got an interesting sewer hole here. They call it step on. Really well done. Take you around the other side so you can see what we get on the living side here. So yeah, lots of space over here. Really nice campfire ring and a concrete picnic table with a nice pad. The only problem with the one I chose is it's right along Highway 101, goes right along here. But it was pretty quiet at night. We're used to it. You can get ones that are further in, of course. But yeah, pretty sweet. So maybe we'll take you around and show you down by the ocean. There's a big shellfish clam digging beach, supposedly down there where the river empties out into the canal. And there's also supposed to be a trail to some kind of waterfall here. It's beautiful weather. Today's April 29th. We have a couple more days left in our Snowbird trip. So I thought I'd treat myself to this place. Wasn't cheap. This section goes for $35 a night. They added a reservation fee and an out-of-state residence fee of $5, reservation fee $8. So I paid $118 for 3 nights. Made sure to come in on a Sunday, off the weekend, so it's not too busy at all in here. Okay, so we've driven across the road from the campground into another part of the state park that has a trail that leads down to the beach area where people harvest shellfish. So we're just going to take a walk down the trail and check out the beach. It says right now clams are closed. It says oysters, limit for oysters 18. Blah blah blah. And they have some other information on the shellfish around here. Interesting. Looks like you need a Discover Pass. It must be Washington State's state pass. But we have our camping fee. I guess that's enough. We have a thing on to put on the windshield of the truck. Anne's got her cool rubber boots on. You got to see these. Wetland.
Muck boots.
Muck boots. Woo! She got those when she went to see the grizzly bears. Had to do a lot of mucking. Oh, that's a very short trail out onto this open kind of marshlands where the Dosewallips River drains onto. Makes a little kind of a tidal delta. There's a place we can climb up to. Okay, so lots of information display panels about the ecosystem around here. Seals of Hood Canal. Dike removal, restoring the flow of life. Interesting. About a shellfish tradition. Well, they do gooey ducks here. Those are pretty weird looking things. Oysters, all sorts of things. No other public beach in Puget Sound region compares to the abundant shellfish resources at Dosewallips State Park. Let's give you a look around here. Just gorgeous today. beautiful scene down here, out here on the tidal flats. I guess this is where people come out and dig for oysters and clams out here. There's lots of oyster shells around. Then looking back, you can see there's still snow on some of the mountains up in the Olympic Mountains on the peninsula. There you go, Mr. Oyster. There's tons of oysters out here, all over the place. All kinds of just different shellfish here, oysters, kinds of snails and things, clams. Looks like someone had a really good feast in here. I think I spotted maybe an eagle. Could be a vulture, but pretty big up in that tree. See if we can zoom in and see what it is. Yeah, it definitely looks like Mr. Eagle up there. Cool. Won't be long, we'll be back in Campbell River on the estuary. There's a nesting pair. See all kinds of eagles up there. It's a pretty nice scene. Eagle there. I gave you a bit of dash cam footage of us driving up the 101 along the Hood Canal here. There's all kinds of little RV parks and little state parks, day use areas, and a lot of people have some really nice cottages. I guess in the summer this place just goes bananas. All the people pouring out of Seattle and Tacoma on the weekends and summer holidays. Really pretty. It's quite sheltered in here from all the wind and stuff, and it gets really hot in the summer, and I guess the water temperatures rise up as the tides come in and out, so there's lots of places to swim. But we're up on Vancouver Island, so just as good.